Peppa Pig and the Dancing Cup. One morning, Peppa and George notice a small cup on the table. Suddenly, the cup starts to shake and makes tiny tapping sounds. Then it jumps up from the table as if it's feeling happy. Wow! The cup hops back and forth like it's doing a little dance. It spins and jumps faster, making Peppa and George excited. After a while, it slows down and becomes still again. Peppa gently touches the cup and they both smile happily. Peppa Pig and the Magical Trumpet. One day, Peppa finds a small, sparkling trumpet on the table. Oh! Hey! Huh? Oh! Curious, she picks it up and blows her first note. Suddenly, musical notes float out and turn into shining stars. George tries it too, creating musical bubbles around the room. The whole room becomes colorful and dances with the melody. Together, they create a magical song full of laughter. When the music ends, the trumpet returns to normal, but the joy lingers on. Peppa Pig and the Dancing Spoons. After the cake returns to normal, Peppa and George notice the small spoons on the table. Suddenly, one spoon begins to shake and glow. Then the other spoons stand up and start spinning like they are dancing. Peppa claps happily while George bounces along with the rhythm. Slowly, the light fades and the spoons stop moving. Peppa and George smile, knowing they just experienced a magical dance. Peppa Pig and the Flying Umbrella. After a light rain, Peppa and George go outside. They see a small umbrella lying on the wet grass. Peppa opens it curiously. Suddenly, the umbrella shakes and begins to float. They hold on as it lifts them into the air. They fly past soft white clouds. The umbrella gently brings them back down, and they smile after the magical ride. Peppa Pig and the Soft Pillow. One bright sunny, Peppa finds a soft pillow on the sofa. She presses it and sees it sink down. Peppa Peppa jumps lightly and feels how soft it is. George lies on it and feels comfortable. They play gently with the pillow together. The soft pillow becomes a cozy and joyful game for Peppa and George. Peppa Pig and the pencil. On a lovely sunny day, Peppa finds a pencil on the table. She rolls it and watches it move. Peppa taps it and hears a small sound. George balances it and lets it fall. The pencil becomes a simple and fun game for Peppa and George. Peppa Pig and the flying umbrella. On a peaceful morning, Peppa and George notice a small umbrella lying on the ground. Suddenly, the umbrella opens by itself without anyone touching it. Whoa! It gently lifts into the air and floats above the ground. The umbrella flies around and Peppa and George happily run after it. It spins in the air like it is performing a fun little dance. After a while, it slows down and gently comes back down. Peppa holds the umbrella and they both smile at the magical moment they just experienced. Peppa Pig and the blinking lamp. After resting on the soft pillow, Peppa and George notice a small lamp on the table. The lamp begins to blink, changing into bright, colourful lights. The light shines on the wall, forming stars and heart shapes. Peppa and George run after the moving lights around the room. The glowing shapes spin around them like they are playing together. Slowly, the lights fade and become softer. The lamp returns to normal, leaving a warm and happy feeling in the room. Peppa Pig and the Flying Leaf. One day, Peppa and George play under falling leaves. A leaf gently falls in front of Peppa. Whoa! She picks it up and looks at its shape. Wow! Peppa blows on it and the leaf floats in the air. Whoa! Whoa! George runs after the drifting leaf. Whoa! The leaf lands softly near George. The little leaf brings a simple and joyful game. Peppa Pig and the Sound Box. One day, Peppa finds an empty box on the floor. She taps it and hears a sound echo.
Huh?
Peppa taps harder and notices the sound changes.
Whoa!
George joins and taps along. Together, they create a little rhythm like music. The simple box becomes a fun and musical game for Peppa and George. Peppa Pig and the Little Fan. One day, Peppa finds a small fan on the floor. She turns it on, and the blades begin to spin. A gentle breeze blows and feels cool. George puts his hand in the airflow. They play together with the moving air. The little fan brings a cool and joyful moment for Peppa and George. Peppa Pig and the Floating Leaf. One bright sunny day, Peppa and George see a leaf gently falling to the ground. Peppa picks it up and looks at its shape. She drops it and watches it float in the air. George blows gently, making it drift away. The little leaf becomes a simple and joyful game for Peppa and George. Peppa Pig and the Silly Hat. One day, Peppa finds a funny hat on a chair.
Whoa!
She tries it on and feels happy. Peppa tilts her head and the hat slides. George tries it, but it covers his eyes. They take turns wearing the hat and laugh. The silly hat brings fun and happy moments for Peppa and George. Peppa Pig and the Garbage Truck. One day, Peppa finds a small garbage truck in the corner of the room. She gently pushes it and watches it roll. George opens the back and looks inside curiously. Peppa puts a small item into the truck. The garbage truck becomes a fun and creative game for Peppa and George. Peppa Pig and the Little Toy Car. One day, Peppa finds a small toy car on the floor. She pushes it and it rolls quickly. George runs after the moving car. Peppa pushes it in another direction. They take turns rolling the car back and forth. The little toy car becomes a simple and fun game for Peppa and George.
Whoa! Yahoo! Hooray! Yahoo! Wow!
Okay.
Whoa!
Whoa!
응? 우와! 우후후! 야호! yippee!
Two hours later.
Hooray! Yahoo! Huh? Ha!
Aha!
Ha!
Two hours later.
Oh!
Ha!